Welcome back to another video of Trade House. Today I'll be analyzing the indices, Forex and crypto market. We'll be looking at a few pairs like the US30 Nasdaq, the German 30, Bitcoin, gold, EURUSD and the likes. So if you definitely like videos like this, please definitely support our channel, consider subscribing. We try to post at least a video a week, and hopefully we'll be trying to post more if we do gain more support. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first chart we'll be looking at is the VIX. Basically I use this chart to basically measure the strength of the indices, whether they'll be heading in a downtrend or in an uptrend. So basically what I'm seeing right now from the VIX is that we're kind of in an uptrend, indicating that the market is in a downtrend when it comes to S&P 500, Nasdaq, and those sort of pairs. And we kind of are in this little channel right here. If we open this on a hourly time frame, you'll see we're kind of in this downtrend right now. And basically what we were anticipating last week was that we wanted the market to head lower. We're around the zone. We wanted the market to head lower. It came lower. It kind of created a bottom here, and then it headed higher. It broke above this resistance channel line that we had here, and then it literally came back up, and then it was kind of consolidating for a break here, and it broke down to the downside. So right now we're kind of in this zone where the market is literally just sitting in the zone and it's consolidating. So whatever's going to happen next is going to be either a big move or it's literally just going to keep consolidating. But I'm expecting the market could really head in either direction when the market opens. So if the market does get above this line, expect it to maybe come up, test that zone, and maybe head higher. If it comes down, it's probably just going to crack back down and then keep going lower like that. So that would be an indication that we're looking to be more bullish on the S&P 500, Nasdaq, and the US30. So let's move on to the next one. So next chart we are looking at is the S&P 500, and right now we kind of we're in this downtrend. The market came back down last week and it kind of found a bottom down here, and we really kind of at a pivotal zone here. The market doesn't really want to stay below this level, so this is kind of where we were last week. We had this channel here, that crazy CPI, and the market literally bounced back up. And when the market opened on Monday, we were fortunate enough to get onto this trade to the upside. So I think right now the market is literally consolidating right here. It might head lower, and if it does get below this zone that we have here, this little box, I definitely think it's going to head lower to maybe about 3,650. If it gets below 3,650, it's definitely going to come back down and test these levels that we have here. But if we look at maybe the bullish scenario, because I definitely see a lot of bullish momentum in this trade right now, is if we maybe remove this trend line that I have drawn here, just to give you guys an indication of what I'm seeing. So as you can see, I kind of have this zone here, this literally the support zone, and the market could potentially come back low, maybe sit in this area and then head higher. And if it does get above maybe the zone, I think we definitely heading to the upside. But it seems like right now, there's no edge in the market to say. You just have to be patient and wait, to see what happens. So if you don't want to miss any of the trades we do take with Trade House, definitely consider subscribing to our free signals group where we share a whole bunch of signals for Nasdaq. The link is in the description. So let's look at another pair. The next pair we're looking at is the US30, and as you can see, guys, it's more or less the same thing. We found a bottom down here. The market is rallying higher, and I'm anticipating the market is potentially going to come up to this 3100 level here. So basically, it's been in a really nice uptrend from down here, and we're also fortunate to get into this trade as well. And yesterday we were anticipating that the market is potentially going to come and try and support or test this level, because as you can see, it previously acted like resistance, and right now I think it's trying to act like support. So if it does come down to this level, potentially maybe look for entries to the upside, like we have drawn shown on this little chart right here, and then potentially we're looking for the market to maybe lose some steam around the zone, and then we would look for selling pressure to the downside. So let's see what happens in the next few days, but it seems like this is probably going to be the trade that we look for, the market coming up to the zone and then potentially selling back down. So out Nasdaq, as you can see here, it kind of gives us more of a clearer picture as to what's happening on the 4-hour time frame. So if we zoom in, you can see we came to test this channel we have here. So we had this high here, we had this high here, and then we have this high right here as well. So literally this high, and the market is literally testing this high again right here. So it seems like the market came to test the zone and it literally couldn't. So I think maybe it could be heading lower to maybe gain some momentum, potentially maybe gain some momentum down here. We could potentially maybe see come a bit lower, maybe come and grab some volume here and then head lower. But let's see what happens around the zone. I think this will be a good indication whether it cracks higher or cracks lower. But my bias is that we could potentially see it head lower, if it does get below this level. So if it does get below here, things are not looking good, and if we lose that level, then things are not looking very good as well, because there's really no support after that zone, and that would be really a nice trade to the downside, because our next target would probably be this level down here. So if the market does get below the zone, potentially looking to look 10,300, and that would mean the market is very, 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 very bearish at the moment. So let's look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin as well is another really nice pair that we've made some really good profits off of this year, shorting it, and right now, as you can see, we're literally consolidating as well. So I like to use Bitcoin because it kind of is a leading indicator in some ways, sometimes lagging. It kind of gives you an indication to where the market might go, in terms of indices. If sometimes indices maybe move off, like they sell off, and Bitcoin hasn't reacted yet, potentially it's going to head in the same direction as well. So this is another pair, that I really enjoy trading. It has great volume, and right now, if we're looking at it on the 1-hour time frame, there's really nothing to chew on, because we're literally trading in the middle of the zone. If you look at the zone, we're literally in the middle, So potentially what I'm seeing is the market is probably going to head lower. If we look at it on a smaller time frame, you can see it's like, it seems like it's going to head lower. There's really no momentum to the upside. So that's kind of my bias to this trade. If we do indeed definitely come lower here, it could potentially just rally again to the upside, and that would be a really nice trade. It seems like the market is struggling to get below the zone, like 1, 2, 3 tests. Generally the 4th test is a break. So if it does get below this 18,000 mark, I definitely see Bitcoin is going to head lower, and the next target is about 14,000. So that would be a really nice trade. But I think this is, just like the indices, we just need to wait and see what happens and what the market gives us. If we look at the gold trade, literally last week when we were analyzing, we anticipated that the market would really kind of just sit in the zone that we have right now. So this is the area that we have right here, and it seems like the market is, was kind of consolidating this point here. We had a breakout, kind of consolidated again, and we had a breakout again. So it seems like this trade is on target to come down to about the 1616 level. So let's see what happens, and hopefully it will be a good trade. But yeah, I definitely see it coming down here to these zones. So we have the DXY next, and the DXY is literally in a uptrend. The market seems like it still wants to push higher, so basically means the dollar is gaining more strength to other currencies. And right now, we had this resistance zone up here. The market came down, it sold off, it found some support at the previous highs, and right now, we've rallied up. I thought we'd maybe come and test the zone and sell off again, but it seems like the market is just creating a lower high, and it's potentially going to head higher. So if the gold is going to, if the DXY is heading higher, you could potentially see the stock market head lower as well. So the sell trades on the US30 and Nasdaq look pretty good. So this is what we were anticipating with the EURUSD, and it seems like this trade is playing out more or less as we anticipated. So we're expecting the market to come up, maybe test this resistance zone here. If you look back, this market has been touched, it acted like a zone, a few times, up here, and then again down here. So support and resistance is not generally a line, it's kind of an area. So if we look at this thing on the hourly time frame, we can see that the EURUSD is definitely heading lower, and I think we could potentially maybe head lower again and come and test these areas. If it heads lower, I think it's still definitely going to gain strength to the upside. I think this is just kind of just a short-term sell-off right now, but our bias is definitely getting into this trade again when the market gets back down here. So EURUSD looking really good in terms of the sell side. When we look at the NZD CAD, so we shared this trade on the group last week. This is kind of, we had this butterfly harmonic pattern right now, and then we kind of had the market consolidate in the zone, nearly kind of almost take us out, and then literally they headed in our direction amazingly, and we kind of took profits early around this zone here. So this was a really nice trade, and if you guys want to miss out on Forex paired signals like this, definitely consider subscribing to our free signals group down below. And yeah, that's kind of all the pairs that I have for you guys today. These are the market right now. Is if there's nothing, there's nothing. So if you guys don't want to miss out, as I said, on some of the trades we do have in our community, feel free to join, and definitely consider subscribing if you like the way I analyze. If you want to see more, please feel free to put your comments and your thoughts down in the comment box, and yeah, we will see you guys in the next video.